How's everybody doing? Oh fuck, shit. I messed it up for the beginning video. Hello everybody. I don't have an intro yet. I probably within a year or so I'll have an intro, so that way everybody knows my ring or whatnot. But probably a year or two. Basic intro, nothing serious. But what is going on? ELI'S.JYESTHA. Anybody new? I am blessed to have you on this channel. Thank you so much. It means everything if you're returning to the video. So if you're a returning person, I appreciate you as well. Okay. So I think next month I have an announcement for you guys. So hopefully next month I will be like way more consistent with dropping videos, and I keep saying that every video, but ever since, let me tell y'all something personal first before I get to this. Like ever since I basically started my job, it kind of threw, like, I would say, like, my personal life and off. Like, I would say my routine has definitely changed, so I am just trying to memorize my new patterns as far as work, and just collaborate with work with, of course, my personal and home life, getting that even with work, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, today's video, we will be talking about sun. Let me make sure I'm not on mute. No, I'm not mute. Okay, good. We'll be talking about sun transit Cancer interpretation breakdown, houses 1 through 6. Okay. If you don't know what houses are, a brief summarization is houses, if you have a natural birth chart, natural natal chart, of course. Basically a natal chart is your personal own chart of birth, of when you were born, what time, what city or state. Okay, so if you don't have a birth chart prepared, make sure to download apps. Okay, there's just search some astrology apps on your phone, on your app store, download some, make sure you have your time of birth. Now they have this thing called retrification, or like something about like it's like if you don't have the time of your birth, the AI will create of course if not the exact or similar chart that is basically that lines up to your soul's chart if you don't have your normal birth chart, due to the calculations, of course, what is already given. Of course, city, state, everybody knows what state or city they're born in, and of course when is their normal birthday, everybody knows that. So it will go off of that day, and if your mom knows if you were born a night and day, or your father knows, make sure to kind of get those questions offhand, okay? And trust me, they should know. I'm tired of all these parents out here thinking they don't know. They know. They should know. They should know when those, like, that should be important, of like when a soul comes into this earth. Okay, what time? Thank God my mom got my time. I really do, because I would feel so not right. I feel like, is this the true chart? Okay, you don't want to question your chart. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you're interested, if you don't have a natal chart and you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the information first, and or just listen to what I say, and just, you know, believe, and just try to enter into, of course, if you are interested into the astrology world. Okay, it's not difficult, trust me. You just gotta do your own information and understanding. Okay, now I think yesterday was the last day in Cancer. So, I think we are now in Leo season. Let me see. I think so. 1 degree. When the sun rises, yeah, we should be in Leo season. Okay. Or if it's not Leo season, you could say it's Leo season, or you could call this is what I call a perfect cusp holder, meaning this person who is born of the last of the day and the beginning of the day of the before and after sign is a cusp holder, meaning that person might be a Leo, but they have a lot of Cancer already. Okay, the previous sign, because they hold like a 50-50 energy. Okay, Leo just got in. That means its energy is not really like its energy is noticeable, but it's not full. Like when the sun or any planet gets into any sign house at 0 degrees, it's not really it's just getting started. So its momentum, its effects, its tricks, its benefits, its karmatic issues, whatever that planet holds within whatever sign, it's just getting started. So you have to be very mindful that 0 degrees is similar to 29, the first and the last. Okay, this is why cusp holders are very, very powerful. Very powerful signs. They have basically 2 signs as their sun. Okay. Now let's as your sun soul, because the sun is your soul, basically. You know, some in astrology terms. Okay. All right. So, sun transit Cancer interpretation houses 1 through 6. Okay. So, what is the sun? The sun is your energy. Okay. The sun is your transitions. Okay. The sun is what you perform, how you perform, naturally. Okay. The sun is your observant gifts that people see. So whatever your sun sign is, and people see like what type of gift you have, that is part of your sun sign. Okay. Sun sign. The sun is of course your children. Is the masses of people, just like Libra. The sun is also experiences, okay, and expressions. Okay. What is Cancer? Cancer is a water sign. Cancer is the 4th sign of the zodiac, so normally we would call this the 4th house. Okay. Sun is the moon. Cancer is the moon. I'm tripping. Okay. What is the moon? The moon, Cancer, of course, that's the home planet, is your feelings. But not just your feelings. What is feelings? Feelings are, since the moon is Cancer, what are feelings? Feelings are just reflections of what you really want to express. But you can only internalize. Okay. So if you got moon in this third house, which is Gemini, if you got moon in Gemini, right? The moon can only internalize, I would say, the mind feelings. So the mind would have to, words would have to catch this person into activity of feelings. Okay, certain words, particular sayings, particular hand gestures, particular sarcasm, particular games will make this person feel okay with moon and Gemini. All right, but not just that. Okay, meaning the moon is similar to the sun. Okay, it may be water. The moon is water. Don't get me wrong, right? But when it enters in some of these zodiac signs, it kind of like shares elements. Okay, that whatever zodiac sign you are, if it's water, it's deep. It's even deeper. It's even steeper. Okay, if you're a sun sign, it's a water sign, it's even steeper. Okay. And your moon sign is a water sign, it's ridiculous. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is it can only reflect off of what house and what zodiac sign it is breeding. Okay, yes, I'm just saying at birth you naturality will have whatever sign you're in, but yes, transits, the moon is the most fastest planet in your natal chart. Okay, nothing moves faster than the moon. It takes about like 2.5, so two days and a half to enter to another sign. No other planet does that. Okay, I need y'all to realize that. So the moon is the number one the moon is the number one, not, I don't want to say two-faced. The moon is more changeable, is like more chaotically changeable Cancer, the 4th house, than the 11th house, which is Aquarius. Okay. See, with Aquarius, it has similar natures. It has similar nature to the 10th house, Capricorn. But like I said in some of my previous videos, the 11th house, Aquarius, it makes boundaries more so. It makes boundaries more so. What could I say? What did I say in my last video? Okay. So the 10th house Saturn. So Saturn and 10th, or Saturn like in 11th, right? They both 11th and 10th own Saturn, right? With Aquarius, it's more so boundaries are up, right? But that more so plays into the restriction of your failures, okay? Meaning, like, this sign is supposed to be restricted just like the 10th house, but Aquarius has that type of nature to where I'm about to explain before I go back to 4th house, to where boundaries are up again, like I said, but they're more so limited around certain things, okay? Certain people, okay? Or it's like a good restriction, okay? like 11th house and 4th house has that kind of like unnormal type of luck and charm, or unlike unnormal type of luck. Like for instance, like 11th house, right, would tell you like, all right, for instance, I had something. I'm gonna tell you. 2 days prior to you working, your job says you guys have to work overtime, and on top of that, um, on top of that, uh, you have to like, I don't know, like you have to stay 30 minutes prior before the day of overtime, something like that, to gain your full pay. Okay, we're gonna say that, right? 11th house will give you that, right? But then it will tell you to, and then it will like a day before, the day before the day that you're supposed to stay 30 minutes late, they tell you that, hey, we're not working Saturday, something happened, okay, blah blah blah, and we're not working Friday overtime, right? That's Saturn. That's 11th house Saturn. It's not 10th house Saturn. 10th house Saturn would have made things to where, yeah, y'all do it, but you're gonna have to do it. It's gonna be harder for some reason. Like each day, it's gonna get harder. Like the day you're supposed to do is harder in the 10th house. Anyways, I'm all over the place. We'll talk about the 4th house. The 4th house is the most changeable sign in the zodiac sign due to Moon. See, Moon, it only receives. Okay, it's the number one receiver in the zodiac. Why? It's not really, again, I say it's a planet because it's important in astrology or whatnot. But it's not a planet, okay? It's just the moon. Moon is not a planet. It's not even a star. It's a freaking crater, I think, or whatnot, right? Or, in my case, I call moons the supporter, just like, of course, your mom, right? And not to be funny, but the 4th house is your mom, all right? That's why the moon covers it. The mom reflects. The mom is always there, okay? The mom has seen everything, okay? Has received everything, okay? Anyways, we're gonna go into houses breakdown. I know I was jibber jabber. I probably gotta make more videos to explain everything. But let's get into it. House number 1. Cancer in the 1st house brings in motherly battles or engagements. Also, there could be a chance that your mother or mother-in-law could pivot in a different direction in feelings or in their personal homely matters. Also, there's a possibility that a native home could become bigger. So, if you've experienced this Cancer in the 1st house, there might be, I pray to God not, like fire damage on your house. You might have a huge fire. I am sorry if this is anybody, or your mother's house or your mother's house could have had a huge fire, or your parents-in-law. Okay. Also, too, if that's not the case, this will only bring presentations inside one's homes, like a lot. Since Jupiter's here, this will mean increase I'm so stupid. Increase fruitations are just like homely items. Again, so you might receive like personal items like clippers or like if we're talking about the first house in Cancer, we're gonna talk about not only things for the house, but things for your self security. Okay, since the first house is security, the fourth house is not only insecurity, but it is your your sensitive, your feelings, therapy. Okay, so like this would be like clippers or like buying clippers for your hair in the first house, or buying um buying like hot car parts or certain car parts, okay, for your car. All right, maybe your car got even injured. Like this is like a dent or something, and then maybe you had enough money to make it to where it looks like literally fire, look real, or something like hot. Okay, because you are in the first house. All right, I'm done. House number 2, there's a possibility of home renovation or huge house decoration of unnecessary costs. Be mindful of big purchase of huge portions of food. Also, being overindulgent in home items of possession could come almost immediately. Be careful on frivolous purchase. So this is a very good placement right here, because this increases your family your family pockets. Your family could be gaining some money. Everybody could be just working their ass off when the sun gets in the second house of Cancer. Okay, just very working the house off and like loving, caring, but with sun entering the second house in Cancer, this could also give a flare of Venus into this effect with Jupiter. So you'll probably be buying family portraits, family favorite meals. Maybe you'll be cooking a traditional meal that that's always that your family has always liked, that you haven't probably cooked in a long time. Okay, with Cancer transit in the house number 2, there could be a possibility of fortunate matters with again, like this is a perfect place like real estate. Maybe you hit again. Maybe one of your family members had hit jackpot, and this is a feminine. Or maybe they've just found a overzealous job to where the money is exceeded somewhere that it has never been before within the second house. Second house kind of wants to give you that push to help you benefit from your own feelings. Okay. Okay, house number 3. Communication towards one's feelings is easier expressed. You will be way more fluent with emotional topics, or in this case, historical past moments. Within that being said, Sun in the 3rd house Cancer brings internal motives or insecurities in the format of communication. So, if you're like a history teacher, that could be a great period of time. But Cancer in the 3rd house, maybe your mother is possibly trying to work at a store. But more so a community store. Okay, a community store. Maybe your mother could be trying to work a community store, or this is a house of siblings, so maybe your siblings is starting to work from home or trying to move into another place. Okay. Now Cancer in the fourth house. All right. Our Sun transit in the fourth house. Right. This is the natural place that Cancer or the fourth house is supposed to be. Meaning, this is a harmonious period of time for you. Okay. You could easily be at home. Okay. You could feel more expressful. Okay. More loving. Also, you could just be more content with expanding your voice or expanding your abnormal thoughts or your I would say what is that word called that makes you happy? Not obnoxious. That's annoying. But more so like I forgot the word. But let's just say you could be very indulgent in not just confidence, but more so optimism. Okay, you will be this is a very optimistic time period for people who has Sun transit in the fourth house Cancer. You will want to be very optimistic during this period of time for anybody who steps in your place, because your place is supposed to be a great place for joyful moments, meaning like happy moments and caring moments. Okay, make it comfortable. Do not be overly misunderstood with this placement. Okay, because with fourth house and Jupiter there and the Sun being there, you could be overly arrogant with this placement too, meaning like you're not seeing you're being overly like thoughtful, but not in a way of your guest. Okay, anyway, house number 5, self-expression is the most important thing in this moment of time for individuals with this placement. Also, there could be a particular familiar individual who grew into a family member could also partake in an important role. So like anybody who's not of the family could become of an important role that plays into your family of now. Okay, also you or your children could possibly gain experience with home therapeutic moments or drama. So I know that sounds crazy with drama being ending, but you will want to just be very again overly optimistic with your children, or just like not just regular self-expression, but more so like feelings naturally telling how you feel could play a long goal or a long road ahead in a positive manner for you and your family, or you and your children. Okay, telling your children how you feel could give them a lot of understanding, okay, of parental advisory. All right, that's how the 5th house would want to play. House number 6, cleansing of the house is possible, or you might, since this is in 3rd house, you just might have a lot of like I said 3rd house, 6th house. Honestly, I watched a couple videos ago and I messed up saying something I wasn't supposed to say, meaning like I misplaced the word and shit. That's why I said I gotta go live more than normal, because sometimes I be messing up and I ain't catch myself because I'm live. Okay. Cleansing in the house is possible, or in general, cleaning and dissecting space is possible. Being hypersensitive of your cleaning habits could play a huge part during this transit. So, if you have Cancer going in your 6th house, there's a huge chance that messes get a little bit more bigger than they should. Be sure to pay close attention. Also, pay close attention to specific thoughts and expression towards how you feel and how everybody, and also to how somebody else tell you how they feel. Okay, because it could be either a big misunderstanding or a big understandings with house in the 6th with Jupiter and the Sun being there. All these houses got the Sun and Jupiter being there, so it's going to play a lot bigger than what I'm saying. Okay, but Moon only can reflect. All right, sometimes it can see, sometimes it can't. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that's my brain. This is freestyle, by the way, because I don't have time to write shit down in a while. I do have time, but I love my lives, and it's coming in clutch. I should have more stuff for you guys in the future all the time. Do not worry. It's a journey, not a stop. I love you guys. Take care. ELI'S.JYESTHA. I'll be back online about a day or two. Peace.